This is a solo duo 2x1 2-wall expansion. It's going to be super nice and super easy. It does have a hidden loot bunker in it that you probably haven't seen before, because I hadn't seen before. Anyways, it was a request on my last video by Cowdy293, hope I'm saying that right. And it is just about using a skin bunker with stone or a loot room, and I'll go ahead and link Vix BBB's original short in the description so you can see that. It's just going to be a nice hidden loot bunker that I hadn't seen before. It was really nice and easy to figure out, at least for me, but it was kind of hard to incorporate into a base. But we'll just go ahead and show you a little base tour here. We can use our heart Rollo balloon right here for a jump up. Only 15 cloth, by the way, for a jump up. And then you have a nice depot box right there. Here's our pancake layer. And then we have our nice floor stacked shelf room here with a locker down there. It's also completely unlootable if they do break that from the inside. And we'll just go ahead and show you that hidden loot bunker first down in here. As you can see, it looks like a nice, easy, normal 2x1 with a very nice, easy upkeep of 77 HQM, 5600 metal, and 6400 stone. Again, a nice solo duo base. But the hidden loot room is above your regular loot room, if you can't see that floor stack right there. And all you need to do is push it to either jungle or unskinned stone, and that blocks your access to the loot room. But if you go to brick, adobe, or brutalist, you could crouch back up here on this second furnace and aim right up there and access the box. We will have a second one over there, but you will have to put a furnace over there, pick up the sleeping bag. And as you can see, it's just in a reverse floor stacked little mini loot room up here with a nice gap. It's just the size, not too big, not too large. It's very nice by Vix BBB. Again, I'll link that in the regular description. And yeah, just like that. And then you could just reseal that by making it either jungle or unskinned stone, and now they can't access it. And we have to close this with the locker. But if you are floor stacking and your garage door is stuck up there without it, you can turn your building animations on and upgrade it to armor to then close it. Or just reskin it through the building animation, and then that will reduce the hitbox, and you could close that garage door in a normal floor stack base. Otherwise, we're just going to use the code lock there. And using this reverse floor stack, we do get some dirty pixel gap peaks up in our shooting floor that are also kind of new to me, at least. And again, we got another heart Rollo balloon there. We're only using the ladder hatch here so we have a place to stand for this window right here. We have a nice embrasure frame peaks right here. And then these pixel gap peaks, because the floor stack is incredibly tiny, but you could beam right out there and it's so hard to see. It's easy to see when you're up against it, but right here, you could still get shot and you could barely shoot anything. And if anything, they just hit your feet. So again, incredibly nice and incredibly easy. We have a nice little bedroom right here. And we have these because Brutalist Roof is patched on staging again. With angles all around here, as well as angles back up on the roof. We have a nice jump up here. Keep in mind this jump up, since it's floor stacked like this, you can't make that jump easily normally. So we have a small box right here to give us some angles right here and to be able to easily jump up here to the roof. Just like that. And you have a nice, easy little open roof here with some beds and turrets. We'll go ahead and show you how to do the loot room concept first, and then we'll just go ahead and do the build tutorial. And again, it's going to be super nice and super easy. Okay, it's super easy to build. I don't know if this is how Vix BBB does it, but this is how I figured it out. And we're just going to do the old EvoWorks style floor stack method. That way we have a complete variable control over our height by using a small box or an item to block ourselves here. And we're just going to find the top X on the twig ramp. If you didn't know about that, the topmost X on the twig ramp, you may need to do half or higher texture resolution. We're just going to set our small box on the center of that X right there. On the center of that X, we're going to set the bottom of the small box on the center right there, and that's going to give us the perfect height to do this. And we're just going to building plan, triangle foundation, hold Alt, or just don't move that mouse. Click on that foundation and butt this up over here. Make sure you're blue right here. And now we can go ahead and break these, and we're just going to build off the eye foundation here. And we're just going to build a single 1x1 like this, and put our TC on the left or the right, depending on where you want your shelf and your jump up is. And don't seal this top yet. And then we can put a double door right here. And now we're just going to go ahead and demolish this triangle and build out with triangles like this, so we can create our sort of honeycomb right here with the reverse floor stack. And now from that low triangle that we just put in there, we're going to do a low square in here. And that is the premise of the bunker. So we're just going to be able to set a box down here. And as you can see, there's a slight pixel gap that we'll be able to access those boxes in right there. We'll just go ahead and go right into the expansion with that, because again, it's super nice and easy. We're just going to go do a 2x1 expansion like this. And you want this one on the normal high square foundation. You don't want it on the low, because that way it'll be connected together and you can't access those boxes. And before we go ahead and build out, or you could build out your jump up right here first, we're going to wrap this all the way around to the other side. Like this. And we're just going to do the same thing on this side, just so we could have an even shooting floor. And we're going to put this floor right here, just like that. And now we can go ahead and break all the twig that is from the low foundations. And now we can make a normal jump up here. And then we can put a shelf right here, so it looks like a very standard style 2x1. And before we seal this up, this low square up right here, we're going to do 2 large boxes and a small box. We just want that large box right there and right there. And I hit chat, and then we're just going to go small box in the center. And now we can seal this up with half walls. You may need to look down to get it to turn blue, or look up in that case. You're going to seal this off for that hidden loot room, and then to make it not look like it's something special, we're just going to act like it's a normal pancake layer. Then when you come in here, you want to be able to put a garage door here, and make sure when you put this garage door on first that you place a lock on it, because once it rolls up due to the floor stack, you're not going to be able to close that unless you upgrade it to HQM. We'll go ahead and do that right now just to show you in case you do that. We have our frame there, and you want the roller in just because the roller out will block your gap like that. So if you accidentally roll it up, you want to upgrade this to HQM anyway later, but we're just going to go space station, and how you can't access it. When you reskin it, you'll be able to access it like that. You need the building animations on, learn that. And we just want that back in space station. Okay, so I'm just gonna, looks like it's HQM only. And then now I'm gonna add my lock on here. So now I could open it from my lock, and I'm gonna reskin it back to space station. Just like that. And now if you notice, once we put our 3 furnaces here, just shift snap them, nothing crazy right here. When we hop on the second furnace, we'll be able to access the box in here, just like that. And then we can make this jungle, and it'll block that, or we can make it unskinned stone. And of course, jungle looks cool. Now we'll just go ahead and add double door frames here, and a full wraparound like this, floor right here, and a half wall right here, just so we can put a barrel and a single door right there for our jump up. You can use a double door if you want, but I like using the single doors here. And we could do another single door here and seal this up like this. And then we can do a large box loot room like this. Put a half wall right here and put a floor over here, and this is going to be a spot for our turret. And then we're going to use our jump up right here. Now with these, we can use 2 full walls right there and a window right here. And that's where we're going to want to put our locker. And that's where we're going to put our locker. If you do have a locker, if you don't have a locker, you don't need to use it here, but you can put a locker right here. just like that. And go ahead and upgrade that, and we'll go ahead and do 3 triangles on here for our jump up and our other honeycomb. And we can just go ahead and add another locker up here. Demolish that half wall that we just used to place that locker. We can add our honeycomb right here and our jump up double doorway. You can use a balloon or a jump up for just 15 cloth. And you can go ahead and seal this right here. We're going to do full wall right here, window right here, and then a floor right here. That way we can still see down, and we can put a barrel under there for quick depot. We're going to do the same thing on this side with a single door and the 3 half walls for a loot room. Just like that. And once you have your locker there, you can do half walls here, like this. And you could access that locker. And then you can put a window and e-furnaces there. We'll go ahead and seal this up and use another balloon jump up here. Because it's only 15 cloth if you're a cloth demon. And I like to put a window right here. It's not necessary on the jump up, but I like to put a window right there. And then you could do this. And this is where I like to put a ladder hatch, just because you could have a spot still to stand and peek out that window. Like that. And before we go any further, we'll go ahead and fill out the honeycomb a bit and peak floors. So we're just gonna cover these soft sides right here, and at this point you want to do everything here shipping container, because you're not going to see that again. Just like that, and then you can do a single square and a triangle on each side for a bedroom on your core. Upgrade that core jump around like this. We'll do the same thing here. Just like that. We'll do entrance right here where we'll have the trick goes in the same thing. And then you can just do window, window, double door, and maybe use wood window bars or something real quick. Or just use regular, what you're gonna do. Do another double door jump up right there, and we could still upgrade all of this right here and on the outside. Single door right here, up here. Again, you could access all of this. Can't access that one right there, but I'm pretty sure if you look at radius 0, you could access that. And you could upgrade all of this from right here. And then we could upgrade our core. Again, we have those hidden loot barrels over there, and we can upgrade all of this. Again, it's a simple 2-wall base, so that is outside facing HQM, but that's HQM, single door, and garage door for the cheapest cost. And you should be getting an armor door, hopefully, if you're running them good monuments. And all of that we could upgrade from the outside. That's not supposed to be. I don't know why that was not upgrading. Maybe it was damaged and I don't have shadow. Once you're at this point and you're upgraded and you're ready to add your shooting floor, we're just going to add, we'll speed this up a little bit straight to grade, and we're just going to add a set of double door frames right here. And then windows all the way around right here. Now when you do a floor stack floor right here and go like this, these are much smaller. And now when we do outside facing embrasures like this, not inside, outside facing embrasures, we'll get that tiny little pixel gap shoot down peak right here. Pretty crazy. So again, this is a raised higher floor right there, and then now we're going to be able to do the same thing here. And you may need to look down right there, and we could do all double doors right here. We'll do a window right here, a wall right here. You could use that for a locker. And then a double door right here, and then leave this open for our roof. We want to leave this open for our square roof right here. And to start our square roof, we're going to go ahead and do a bedroom right here. Again, inside embrasures right here. We can put a bed right here, and then jungle shelves in 2 small boxes. And then you could do a Patrico, a little lightweight Patrico like this. And now we could do double door frames at normal height and 1.5 right here. And then we'll spam these all the way up. And you'll notice the one on the regular one right here is going to be able to give us this and this. Once we have all of these in here, we'll have triangle frame, square frame to block those windows. And we can do inward facing embrasures on all these. Just like that. And then we could do another frame right here, windows all around, and then you don't need this roof brutalist, so it's not really a weak point. You could upgrade that. And then we could do a low wall right there. We'll go ahead and repeat this on that side. Again, triangle frame, square frame right here. And then we can do 3 roofs right here. Not right there, cover that low wall right there. And then on this, we could do our low floor right there, and then a jump up right here. And you could do full walls on these sides, and then triangle roofs to slant those down. And you could do a double door frame right there and a low wall, which gives it, if you give it, you could do a half wall, but then I feel like that gives a tell to a lot more people that it's floor stacked, because everything else is kind of a bit more well hidden. And again, we'll do the jump up just like this. And we can do 2 double door frames right there. Then we can go ahead and do square roofs right here. And then square roof turret pod right here. And then you can put that frame right there all the way up, so you have one right there, and then you do low walls. And now you could have inward and facing embrasures right there. And the vertical embrasure right here, and you can upgrade that to sheet metal. Then you could do a vertical one right there and a horizontal inward on these sides. And then we're missing this one double door frame right here. And then we could do low walls. And that's pretty much it. When you go ahead and put these outside facing embrasures right here, you have those nasty pixel gap downward peaks. Like that. Nasty, very nasty, very nasty. And that's pretty much it. You can go ahead and upgrade everything from the outside here. You could upgrade this. Pretty much every single thing can be upgraded. Actually, every single thing can be upgraded without doing any crazy stuff. And you can always just go ahead and do one more grade right here if you want. And then I like to do the foundations, sheet metal right here, just so it has total cost to bring stuff down. Double door right there for a random garage. You could put chain link right there to block everything. Very nice and very easy. We'll go ahead and put the code in the comments again. Super nice and super easy. Shout out to Fix BBB for that trick. It was a very nice way to use floor stack.